Hi, friends. Welcome to Take 3 Talks. I'm Miss Steffi, and I'm going to be your host. Today, we have a little bit less than 14 minutes to record this podcast because we're going to buy some plants and drop the kids off at the pet salon so they can get the pedicure and the shower and all of that nice stuff. So we're leaving in a bit, and I want to make sure I get this podcast in because I came on stories on the Take 3 Talks Instagram the other day, and I just confessed that I had been feeling a little bit of shame about, editing my podcast with May June, and that's why I haven't posted in so long on here and recorded a podcast with him. And the last episode I posted, I really didn't do any big post editing, and I don't know, I just feel like I've been going through a lot of shame storms and kind of figuring that out and sitting with them and going with my emotions and respecting my emotions and listening to my emotions. And I shared that. And I also decided that I'm going to be, closing the Take 3 Talks Instagram account because I just don't have time to create content for it. And I feel like I would rather people just go to the podcast to figure out about it rather than go to another account to figure it out. So yeah, that's a little bit of like the, house status. But I want to come on here and read you a quote from, the book that I've been talking about for so long and so much. The Tim Ferris, ¿cómo se llama? Tribe of Mentors, Short Life Advice from the Best in the World. And I'm rereading this as research for our product that we're creating for Take 3. And I'm researching it as well for like my heart and my love, because we recently unpacked it from all the boxes that we got, that we brought back from New York. So we have all of our books out and now I get to like enjoy them. I wanted to bring this quote because, so the format of this book is that each person, there's like a bunch of people here that are giving advice and they're responding to the same questions, and he's curated them in a certain reason, and he explains all of this in the book and etc. But this question, this guy is a Marine. His name is Steven Pressfield. Steven Pressfield has made a professional life in 5 different writing arenas: advertising, screenwriting, fiction, narrative fiction, and self-help. He's the best-selling author of The Legend of Bagger Vance, Gates of Fire, The Afghan Campaign, and The Lion's Gate, as well as the cult classics on creativity, The War of Art, Turning Pro and Do the Work. His Wednesday column on StevenPressfield.com is one of the most popular series about writing on the web. That's cool. So this question is, what advice would you give to a smart, driven college student about to enter the, quote, real world, quote? What advice should they ignore? And he says, I am probably hopelessly out of date, but my advice is get real world experience. Be a cowboy, drive a truck, join the Marine Corps, get out of the hyper competitive, quote unquote, life hack frame of mind. That part really hit me, get out of the hyper competitive life hack frame of mind. I'm 74. Believe me, you've got all the time in the world. You've got 10 lifetimes ahead of you. Don't worry about your friends beating you or getting somewhere ahead of you, with quotes. Get out in the real world and start failing. Why do I say that? Because the goal is to connect with your own self, your own soul. Adversity. Everybody spends their life trying to avoid it. Me too. But the best things that ever happened to me came during the times when the shit hit the fan and I had nothing and nobody to help me. Who are you really? What do you really want? Get out there and fail and find out. Wow. It's just like, this paragraph really just changed a lot of the way I moved forward after it. And I know that sounds como que super dramatic, but I think just like that the thought that like it's so true. You've got 10 lifetimes ahead of you. Like the person I was 10 years ago, like it's like, it's another person. Like I've grown so much and it's so fun and it's so nice to see how, you may not know why you're learning this at this moment, but you are trusting that this is what you need at this moment. And that's something that I listened and I learned from Clau Villota too. And, yesterday I had a super like emotional and deep, and like I cried in one of our mentorship sessions, and it had been a while since this person had booked a session. And to be honest, it was so relatable, because we were talking about how sometimes when you struggle with mental health, and if you're not familiar with like irrational like thinking, and when it really just gets out of control, please seek help, go to therapy. But and sometimes it's like these like goblins that just keep talking to you like negatively, and like you have so many tools. Like I am constantly using so many tools in my tool pocket that it's exhausting. And sometimes in social media, or like the people you surround yourself in the digital world, again, it's like a highlight reel, but you're comparing yourself because you're watching them through their day, like with stories and stuff like that. I feel like you're seeing this like very curated set of things, and you feel like your life should be that, or could look like that, or has to, I don't know, be a certain way. And I don't know, I think that the amount of feedback and input and things that we constantly consume are really destroying us, and myself at least. Like I find myself trying to also shut some of the noise, but suffer for so much guilt, because like that's my privilege, right? Like the privilege that I have to be able to shut these things out is just it feels like it brings me shame. So it's like a constant loophole. And I don't know, I feel like we're all in this time of so much vulnerability, and so many of our wounds are open, and it's almost like you touch it and you're like, that hurt un poquito, it's like, oy. So yeah, I just want to send you guys a hug. I also sent an email out and just asking you how you are today, and thank you for the people who responded, and thank you for the people who read, who sent a message, and who told me that it really hit the spot, or that they felt less lonely because of it. And I just hope that we can all just find us and create a support network that's authentic, and that's really just checking in on each other, because I think checking in on other human beings is really important, and just being like, how are you today? What's going on, how may I help you? Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how I got here from the 10 lifetimes ahead of you. But also don't worry about your friends, quote, beating you, or quote, getting somewhere ahead of you. Like that's also so true, and like a pill of like, comfort, and being like, yes, like I don't need to be doing this. Like, why am I putting myself through these comparison traps? It's like I always tell my students and the people who aren't take the uni, it's like, when you go to compare yourself, like at least do yourself the favor, like the honor and the favor of saying like, okay, what does this person do better than me? What do I do better than this person? What is it that I can learn from this person? What is this person teaching me that I feel like I don't have? Like ask yourself those questions or those prompts, at least as a creative, so you can learn to see design a bit better, not design, but like see your inspiration, I guess, a bit more in a neutral place, rather than like a one-to-one comparison, because we all have contexts and we all have like our own situations, and I don't think it's fair to just go ahead and just compare yourself, because it's impossible. You're not the same human. So yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to come on here and share that quote. And this guy also responds another question, which is, what is one of the best, most worthwhile investments you've ever made? And I loved his answer. His answer is, I've never invested in the stock market or taken a risk on anything outside myself. I decided a long time ago that I would only bet on myself. I will risk 2 years on a book that'll probably fall flat on its face. I don't mind. I tried. It didn't work. I believed in investing in your heart. That's all I do, really. I'm a servant of the muse. All my money is on her. And that is so powerful. Like, I believe in investing in your heart. Like, we're always so scared about just going for a project or trying something, even if it doesn't come fully to fruition, or we're trying to make everything so robotic that sometimes we just need to like believe and invest in our heart. And like, I love this. Like, I would only bet on myself. Like, if I'm going to take a risk and a gamble on something, then that means that's going to be on me. And I just want to, come in here and tell you that I'm going to be not necessarily más comprometida or more like on my ass about the podcast, but I want to listen to my creativity more, and I just want to go for it when I feel like it. Like right now, like I constantly want to do it. It's just I stop myself because I'm like, okay, it takes so much and it's this. And then I just like think about it. And then I'm like, so many other things I could be doing. Like, I don't want to listen to more of those goblins. Like, I just want to listen to myself, and I want to just go for it and listen to my creative heart and listen to like invest in my heart and my creative heart. And that's my goal for the next year. And I say year because I don't know, it somehow feels like by May or June every year we kind of come back to life. It's almost our anniversary, our 3rd anniversary for moving from Ecuador and like to Ecuador, and I cannot believe it. We're planning a trip with our best friends from college, and I'm hoping we can get some more people here to visit, and we're hoping that our physical support network, oh my god, that's the timer, we're hoping that our physical support network will just get a little bit bigger as we continue to set roots and travel and live our life outside of lockdown again, because the pandemic's still here, people. Let's try to use, lockdown is over, but the pandemic is still here. So I love you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being my friend, for holding space for me. And I don't know, I love that I can be your little creative, funny, problem-solving best friend. And I love that you guys tell me that, it feels like you can tell my hand motions and the way that I speak and the way I'm like smiling or not when I'm talking. And I love that you guys send me messages. It was my big emotional goal. So keep stroking my ego. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, thank you. I love you. Thank you for being here. You're amazing. I hope you have a day. And don't forget to take care of yourself, even if it's just a little bit. Okay? Okay. Bye, friends.